Hello, Richard.
Live from Studio B.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. How's everything?
Everything is great. I am seething and trying to control myself about the topics, because we've been away for a couple of weeks, and
Yes.
people were actually complaining that we didn't record anything new.
Oh.
What's your number one topic? Let's see if we're on the same page.
Is it still the quarterbacks? What's your number one topic?
No. I'm gonna wager that Kevin Colbert doesn't leave the Steelers. That he's still in command of whoever they choose to be the successor to the general manager position, but that Kevin will still be involved highly.
Wow. You really think that'll happen?
I do. Again, I'm not a seer. I am certainly not reading cards.
Right.
I'm really just trying to look at the cues, and maybe I'm reading too much into some of the text. But again, every time I see text, I look for the subtext. So the subtext to me says Kevin's going to stay involved. I saw something that Art Rooney said, we're not forcing the R word. Nobody's, retirement does not seem to be on the horizon, because retirement would indicate that he's going to stop working. I don't see that happening.
Wow. Why do you think, like in terms of a general manager emeritus, or just someone that is still employed all the time, or what?
Yes and yes. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big responsibility. I think that, Brandon and Omar certainly can fill that role. And they've done it for so long. But I think that before Kevin walks away completely, there may be a year or two of the training wheels before those training wheels come off.
Oh, so like a holdover, like somebody showing them what to do for a while.
Just kind of being there, because he's such a important part of what the face of the Steelers look like. And I don't think that anybody's going to want to see him depart anytime soon.
Okay, would then that preclude them from hiring someone from the outside?
I don't think that the outside's even an issue. It wouldn't preclude it, but I don't see the outside players coming to life. I don't.
Jeez, this is a big revelation.
Well, and I wish it were a revelation, because I wish nothing but best for Omar. Omar's a wonderful, wonderful man. All three of them, Brandon, every one of them. They're just wonderful people, and I think that's the fiber and substance of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Not to go out now. If I were going outside, I'd probably go with the Philadelphia Eagles guy, because he does have the Pittsburgh roots, and I think that rooting of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania it's in our fiber. It's who we are, and I think that is who the Pittsburgh Steelers are. They're not going to give that up and hire Mike McCarthy. I mean, they're just not going to do something like that.
I have a question about something that just happened the other day.
Yes.
So you have Mitch Trubisky, and you have Mason Rudolph, and you have Dwayne Haskins. And Mitch Trubisky invited them down to his house to say, why don't we throw the football around? Why don't we get to know each other? If you are one of those other two guys, do you accept that invitation?
200%. Do you?
If I'm Mason Rudolph, I don't know. I think Mitch Trubisky shows great leadership qualities by doing that.
Well, so I'm going to go with part of what you just said, because if Mason Rudolph accepts that, he's really just accepted his number 2 role.
Well, then you backtrack.
If I were Mason, I recant. If I were Mason Rudolph, I'd say, thanks for the olive branch. See you on the field, dude. Because no matter what, it's a game of competition. It's not fair sometimes. It is what it is. It's a brutal sport. Life is brutal. Business is brutal. And at the bottom line, it's all measured by wins and losses. So, no, if I'm Mason Rudolph, I'm like, no, man, you want to get to know me? Let's see. I'll see you on the field, because I'm going to kick your ass.
See? Well, then you wouldn't accept it, right?
I wouldn't. Not if I'm Mason Rudolph. I like the gesture. It's, it does show leadership. But let me tell you, Mitch is a great guy. I love him, and I think we're going to do really well with him. But the Steelers are probably going to draft a quarterback too.
Man,
It's in some round. I don't know which. And it really, I think, it's like Chuck Noll used to say, we're going to draft the best player available, regardless of the position. Right now, we're looking for particular positions, which they've done an amazing job filling and plugging in free agency. To me, better than more active than they've ever done. So
I think it'll set this organization back years if they draft a quarterback.
Why?
Because it's a spot wasted on somebody that could really play.
Okay, that's fair. So you don't think, what if somehow Kenny Pickett falls to them? Would you pick him?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Because I don't think Kenny Pickett's the kind of guy that would be the quarterback in 7 years from now.
Okay, that's fair. It's very fair. But then change the name. Change it to Malik.
No.
Still wouldn't do it.
I don't think there's any quarterback that's in college right now that's draft eligible that would be your quarterback in 6 or 7 years.
What about Sam Howell?
Nope. I like him, but I don't think he's a franchise quarterback.
I don't like a 6-foot quarterback. So I wouldn't either. So you say stick with Mitch Trubisky no matter what, and then let the quarterback position work itself out.
You know what Mitch Trubisky is? And you know what the Steelers situation is? Mitch Trubisky is that you could speak to this. He is that car that you have paid off, that one that's reliable. That's, let's think about it, maybe that 2017 Ford Explorer that you say, oh, this is good. But I'm going to drive it about another year or so, then I'm coming back to Schultz Ford. And I'm going to buy another Explorer. But why do I need to grab that new one right now? Richard's been good to me. His staff has been good to me. This car has been great. It's given me everything that I wanted. But I don't need that payment like right now. I'm just going to get another 10, 12,000 miles out of this one. Then I'm going to go back and buy that other one from him.
So let me ask you. So we've got Danielle and Chelsea. We've got Danielle and Chelsea. We have you. There's 3 of you. Your analogy right there. You know me. Do you think I'm waiting for another year and trying to get another year out of that car? Or do you think I want the new shiny penny?
No, because you're the most impatient person I've ever met in my life.
So that's probably a bad analogy for me. But and I do not disagree with you. But it's like I want it now, not now, right now. So I don't know. It depends on how.
What if I said to you,
how do they score?
Here's the catch.
Their quarterbacks.
Here's the catch, Richard. What if you knew the next model year had all kinds of stuff coming down the pike that were enhancements to the
you wait for that. But honestly, we don't have a car. We have a Ford GT. So if I want a Ford GT or a Ferrari, I want the Ferrari and the Ford GT today. And if I think somebody can be that, but again, it just really goes back to how they're scored by our scouting department.
To take a quarterback in the first round, I need my socks knocked off, and nobody does this for me. That's just,
but did Tom Brady knock anybody's socks off? He fell to number 200 in the 6th round. He didn't knock anybody's socks off.
If that was the case, I say this to people like you all the time, then there'd be no quarterbacks taken in the first round. We'd always just wait till the 6th round. Did you think Ben Roethlisberger was going to turn into this? No, but by virtue of where he was taken.
How many years did Ben Roethlisberger play the position of quarterback in college?
Oh, he played college quarterback. Then he played 18 years in the pros.
But how many years did he, if you used his past, because really wasn't he a quarterback didn't he start for only 2 years in college?
Right. He was very good.
But he only started 2 years.
Right.
So, and he was chosen long before Tom Brady, different draft, different year, but he was chosen number 11, number 10, number 11. Okay. In round 1, the predictor isn't what you see. The predictor is inside. The predictor is what you want to do to win. What are you willing to give up? If you're willing to die, that's the only way. In order to win, you've got to be willing to lose.
I'll play it your way then. Let's say it's Willis. Let's say it's Pickett. Let's say it's Howell. Let's say whomever, Ritter, and they fall to number 20. Then, and I still don't like it, but if they take him, he better play from day one.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that either.
Oh,
I wouldn't. I'm going to make you crazy. No, I wouldn't do that either. I'd take him, and I would. The goal is still the goal. Trubisky's your quarterback. You got to know that going in, he's your starting quarterback. 1 year under Trubisky, because Trubisky can teach. He has something to teach. He has some level of performance criteria that he has satisfied. He can be a quarterback in the NFL. And I would let him learn under that for 1 year, maybe less, maybe, it depends on circumstance and opportunity, right? But I would let him develop and mature under Trubisky, because Trubisky didn't get paid nothing. I mean, what was he paid? 18 million?
$5 million.
5? I thought it was 18.
Well, for this year, I'm saying.
Oh, right. Okay. So, he's certainly valued, but again, I'm not the scout. I would love to know how the scouting department has put these guys and ranked them on the board, and then where they fall on the board. I mean, it's a great time if you're a coach, I think, really great time. I read an article about Kevin Colbert going back to the draft that Kevin started scouting almost right out of school. He went to North Catholic High School. Not sure where he went to college, but
Robert Morris.
Where'd he go? Robert Morris?
Robert Morris.
Yeah, and right out of that, and by the way, one of the finest guys, you know that.
Oh,
one of the finest men, finest gentlemen. I mean, his name could be Rooney also, because they're all from the same mold. They're the same kind of caliber people. And so I believe that, I'd love to see how Kevin rates these guys. But on draft day, they're going to take this one down from the board, put this one up, this one's gone. I mean, those phones are going to be ringing. Do you think they're going to try to trade up?
No. I think they'd be more willing or more apt to trade back and accrue picks in the second round.
That's a strategy. I never like going backwards, but that's definitely a strategy. It depends on what they see. I don't know what they see when they look at that board. I just don't know how they rate everybody. And I thought Mike Tomlin really liked Malik. I really did. So I think if he's available, they take him.
I do agree with you there. I think you don't need to be somebody to have a secret decoder ring to read all this and see that Mike Tomlin really, really likes Malik Willis. Yeah. I just would disagree with him if he takes him.
Well, that's a really good position that you have, although albeit it's wrong, but that's okay. All right, wrap it up, baby.
Hey, real quick, how much interest do you have in the Pirates this year?
Yep, that much.
I don't understand any of. I don't understand the business of it. I don't understand how people don't want to compete and spend money and win. It's so lost on me. It really is.
And you know what? The ownership, he's a wonderful guy. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand it. Why? If you're here, if you have a franchise and you're in a city that wants you to succeed, what are we waiting for? Why do we make such poor choices?
You lived through those 3 years just like I did recently, and people couldn't wait to get to the ballpark or watch the game every single night.
I would go to the games, and just the ballpark. This ballpark is so magnificent. Yes. And all they have to do is put a product on the field that is respectable. Not even – and again, baseball makes me crazy. Baseball was my favorite sport when I grew up. I loved it. I was a catcher. I loved it. But what I don't understand about baseball is why we target and benchmark a 500 season. Like, they think that's a win. Where's that a win? Where is that a win in anything? You're calling, I'm going to give you a car dealership. I want you to make money 6 months out of the year, and you can lose money 6 months out of the year. Is that okay?
No, the only thing that 500 wins on is a seesaw. That's it.
Exactly. Okay, Pirates, take note. Let's put some inspiration in that team. I want to go speak to them.
Wow.
I would love to
be on to something.
I would love to address the Pirates.
Why can't you? Make it happen.
Yeah. Okay, that's for next time.